Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I'd like to talk to you about how you can connect with your guides and trust their guidance. Because once you start that relationship and start building that, then you could learn to trust them, trust your intuition, and even trust yourself more. Your guides can communicate with you in a variety of ways. One of those ways is through what people call channeling, but is just stream of consciousness. It's kind of like, for me, it shows up as if someone were to pour thoughts and words into my head. And it comes very quickly sometimes. And sometimes it's not that obvious as stream of consciousness. Most of the time, the communication is very subtle and very quiet. And it comes as an inspiration. And that's why I have learned to write it down or speak it into a voice recorder so I don't forget those inspirations. Because what I found is if I try to access them from memory, it's not the same quality at all, because it was filtered through my human mind in a way that distorted it too much, if that makes sense. So I encourage you to have some kind of clipboard, some kind of pen and paper, a voice recorder. The voice memos app on the phone works. Whatever you can do, because you'll want to access that later. Another way they can come through is through writing. When you start to write, and it could be anything, I'm not necessarily speaking about automatic writing when people are in like a trance state. I'm speaking about just consciously writing, and one of two things will happen. Either some of that will start to sound like spirit because they came through and gave you some inspiration, or you could also start writing to them questions you might have, things you are thinking about, and the answers might come later through various means like synchronicities or other people, through inspiration. And over time, you'll start to notice kind of patterns in this communication, ways that it comes through for you. And it's usually very subtle, like I said. It's not, well, I should say it's rarely a burning bush moment where it's so in your face that you can't ignore it, although it can come through that way very loudly too if they need to get your attention and they're not getting it. Believe me, it can come through pretty loudly. And over time, you will learn to trust it. It's like building a muscle at the gym or just walking. I didn't start out walking the distance that I can now. I had to build and strengthen those muscles and my stamina over time. And I feel that's the same thing with this kind of work. And here's where your human mind can help you, and here's where you can give it something to do, is look back at all the times that your guides came through to you. You received an inspiration and it helped you in some way and you were able to validate it. The brain is actually a great tool for this, because what it's always trying to do is looking for evidence of that thing. For example, if you always were told growing up that you were worthless, let's say, your brain will start to look for evidence of that. Or if you're told that you're brilliant and intuitive, your brain will start looking for evidence of that, and you can use the same concept to learn to trust this information from your guides. I hope that this helped you in some way. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings.